In this video, I'll explain how you get around in Bali. Make sure you watch until the end. Two apps that you're going to be using to get around in Bali. That's Gojek, which is Indonesian owned, and there's Grab, which is Singaporean owned. I'm going to show you how easy it is to navigate with Grab. So when you open up Grab, it's going to look like this. So you could either pick car or bike. Because the traffic is so crazy in Bali, you always want to go with bike if you can help it. So you want to click on bike. Where is going to be where you're going to search for. So let's say I want to go to La Brisa, which is a popular beach club in Canggu. So I want to click on La Brisa, or I can search for La Brisa. Here you can see this is the map that where you are, where you're going to get picked up. So let's say I want to choose this pickup, but make sure it's the right place, because sometimes the GPS in your phone is going to take you to the wrong place. So you just click on choose this pickup. So here are the different options. So you can be paying with cash, or you can pay with a credit card, which is really easy to just add in the app. And here you can see your different options. So Grab bike, which is one person, estimated minutes, so obviously 3 minutes. This is the price in Indian rupiah, 13,400, so even less than $1, about 71p. And you can pick different Grabs or cars. So for example, Grab XL, I wouldn't recommend if you're a bigger guy. I wouldn't recommend to use the small bike because they can be too small, 110cc. So I would always recommend to get a Grab XL because it's literally barely a difference for a huge quality of life improvement. And also you can do economy where you get a Grab car, or you can get a Grab Premium is if you want to use Grab. But the number one way that most people navigate is with a scooter. This is because it's much cheaper than Grab, even though Grab is very cheap and it's very quick. You don't have to wait. Maybe there'll be no drivers near you, which is probably unlikely in Bali because there's so many Grab drivers. You can get a motorbike and go at any time. Now there's a caveat to this. I wouldn't recommend at all doing your first scooter driving in Bali. I've driven everywhere in Southeast Asia. I've driven Cambodia, I've driven in Laos, I've driven in Thailand, I've driven in Vietnam. And definitely, this is one of the hardest places in the world to drive a motorbike. So if you've got some prior experience, I wouldn't be stupid, and 100% I would wear a helmet. If you don't wear a helmet, if you fall from your motorbike about 20 to 30 kilometers an hour, that's the equivalent of falling from 1.5 to 2 meters from a high point. So more or less, your skull is going to get caved in and you can easily die not having a helmet. So I 100% recommend having a full face helmet. And I mean, not the ones with your chins like this in the air, I mean full face where your chin's protected. Because 30% of all collisions involve a broken jaw damage. You don't want that to happen. So always wear a full face helmet, even though you'll most likely be given half face because half your face is protected. Or you could hire a private car, but that's gonna be much more money, and I don't really think there's a point when you can just use Grab because there's so many Grab drivers in Bali. Like, it's an oversupply of people. You're always gonna have transport. Now I make more than $2,000 a month completely passively on YouTube, and this is how I live my dream life in Bali and other places in Southeast Asia. If you want to find out how I do that for free, you can access my free blueprint via the link in the description and pinned comment. If you found value in this video, please like, subscribe. Thank you.